Hello everyone, good morning, afternoon, evening, welcome back to the channel. A very interesting video today. I called it "The Vault is Confirmed." Following the latest video I shot yesterday, and I'm shooting videos very often because I'm finding things. It seems some people are skeptical and I can understand them. The shoreline, it could not be there, but at the same time, it could be there. What I mean by that is, okay, out of the blue, it sounds surprising that I claim that the shoreline has been described in the document from 1315. At the same time, there's a lot of similarities. So let's park this for now and let's see if in those paintings and drawings, there are more hints linked with what we know about Oak Island. I'm going to start a series of video looking for our usual suspects in those paintings. Our usual suspects being the knowledge that, according to La Formule, when you enter the pit, you only go 40 feet down and then you go on the side. That's maybe if those documents in the Rochefoucauld Grail are what I think they are, we should find hints of this somewhere. We should find hints also on the humps mechanism and the vault mechanism. We should find hints on where is located the trapdoor. Maybe not where, but that it exists, etc., etc. So I'm going to concentrate now on trying to find those hints. And yesterday, again, incredible. I was studying one of those pictures and I found something that, in French, we would say that would put me on my seat. I had to sit down. And you guess it by the title of the video. It's about the vault. Let's recap what the vault theory talks about for just a second. We found a set of instructions in French on parchment documents, puzzle pieces, as described in the Scrolls of Anteora book from Don Roux. And I decoded these, and they seem to be a set of 30 instructions, and 6 of them are still visible. And Michael and I explain in the vault theory that it's linked with, that's the reconstruction of the puzzle pieces in a unique piece of paper. And what the instructions say is that if you want to operate the vault, the mechanism works with 2 points. The first one is you need to shut down the water entry, the water in the vault. That's the vault here. And to do that, you've got a hump. La hump is a lens or a pole or the top of a mast. That's just the schematic. And you shut it down here by operating it, moving it down. Through a service tunnel, you reach out 40 feet deep. You're not supposed to go any deeper. And that's the Smith Cove water inlet with the fingers. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is dig the shaft according to the instructions, and according to what we understand from the mechanics of it, and operate this to block the water from going in. The second thing is you would go out, run, do a bit of footing and running, and go to the hole under the trapdoor, the one they're currently looking for on lot 4, I think, or I don't remember, in the series. And from there, you seem to have to do 2 things. Is you may have some, mechanism to pull the trapdoor that you have to open here, and so that the down pit is opened, and you would operate through this maybe screw apparatus, a plug that would plug here, open. So what you want to do to flush it out, you want this to be up and let the water out. If the water here is tight and blocked, well, slowly this will evacuate, and the vault will, by gravity, go down to pillars, and the opening is connected to your service tunnel. That's the theory. So what I'm looking for in those paintings is, do we have such an apparatus described, which would be amazing, right? It would mean that the vault was known, created, existed before 1315, which would be hard to believe, would it? So I stumbled upon this picture, this painting, about two knights fighting once against the other. Actually, there's a third one here at the bottom, and the poor thing here, that guy at the bottom is trampled by the horses, and his lance is broken, and etc. And I was looking at this, I'm looking at all of them now. I'm starting to have a catalog of them, of what's available on the net, and there's not a lot. And okay, so that poor fellow is being trampled, is being hit by those, probably killed by one of the knives, and his horse is here on the left. What color I'm going to use so that you can see and follow? Probably purple. So his horse is here, right? And I did not understand what was that bluish, greenish tank. I don't know. It looked very perpendicular, like a box. That's piece of the saddle. That's piece of the saddle, because it's the same color than the other piece of saddle. But I didn't get it at first. So I zoomed a little bit. And then I also saw those white curved lines that I found strange. And then I was like, oh my gosh. The tail of the horse is a cascade of water. And I zoomed in again. I'm like, yeah, this is like a fish tank. And you got a water flow. And this, in mechanical engineer schematic, nowadays we would use this to explain that something can rotate around those axes. These are circles. And the last thing that killed me is when I looked at this top part. So something about maybe water and a tank. And what do we have at the bottom? Here, we have the lance of that poor knight that's getting trampled. And remember, a lance in French is called a hump. Oh my goodness. So, I highlighted the two circular pattern, right? We have the lens here, and what I did, I highlighted with my pen the lines of the mechanism that was displayed, because it is a mechanism. Check this out. You have here the hump here, and it seems it's a thread, it's a screw, and it works on this piece of mechanical device that would push through a connection rod, push this rod or operate this rod. That, mind you, ends up somewhere in that black hole here. It's not directly connected to that orange bit. And what else do we have? So that's one piece of the equipment, and the other is here. That mechanism with that connector rod, the rod is here, can make this move and push the yellow parts are the mechanism plugging in and out the volt. So let's see. This is what I think. This is the volt representation with the water flow here on the right. Let me zoom a little bit for your comfort here. And the flow of water can be stopped by this apparatus going that way. This thing in orange going to the right, and can block in this position, can block the flow. I'll have a better description on the left hand side. So that's how you close the water entry. That's la hampe mechanism going inside behind and controlling that device that shuts the water in. Now, on the other hand, remember the story. You have to get then out of the money pit, go to the other side of the island, locate the hole under the trapdoor, locate the hole under the trapdoor here, and there is your mechanism that will operate now the flush valve. This apparatus here allows clogging or not to the flush vertical silo, which is here. And this thing is like a plug and allows water in. And if you move it up, according to this circle, then you would open it and the water can flush down to a underground cave. Okay, let's do it again with the left-hand side. I just drew the lines manually around the picture just to have a representation of it. So let's do it again. Change color. What color I'm going to use? Green. Okay, so again, the story is you dig down the money pit, 40 feet, you walk 565 feet, you find the hump. And the hump here is actually a screwed mechanism with a screwed embedded piece of rod pusher connector, and that rod operates that here, that orange part here, and that can block, if necessary, the inflow of water. Then once you block the inflow of water, you go out of the money pit, you walk around the island, you find the hole under the trapdoor, and that hole under the trapdoor has got a mechanism, something probably with those two, that allows this thing to move direction, pushing at this point this second piece of apparatus that we don't see here in the picture because it's hidden, but it's coming down on the second part here at the bottom, which plugs the water from the tank. And when you do that, you open and flush it out. Let's have another view here. So I'm showing here the orange part are the moving parts that you want to use to condemn or plug the inlet or plug the outlet. And it corresponds because the hump controls the inlet and the hole under the trapdoor controls the outlet. So this works. And so you can move this thing around, and I tried to simulate the position. When you moved it here, you blocked the flow of water, and here with this rod, you would push this in this direction, that strange piece here, and that would push here at this point, and making this rotate around this axis, and the axis is here. It's incredible, because if it's true, it means three things. It means that indeed the Rochefoucauld Grail contains in pictures features about what we believe the Oak Island mechanism system is. That's the first thing. The second thing, when we get down to the vault theory, when we found it and described it with Michael, let's remember the vault theory is supported by documents from Don Roux, which is the pieces of the puzzle on the one hand, La Formule on the second hand, and what would be the third? We have a third one, but it's morning and I'm not woken up. But on separate documents that were not found together. The thing is, if I could find another source totally separated and unknown describing the vault theory again, it would give credit to the first theory because it backs it up from another angle. And I think that's what it is. I think that's the vault theory described. At least the vault mechanism. And this source, I never seen anywhere on the net anybody talking about Rochefoucauld Grail manuscripts connected with Oak Island. If this gives credit to the rest, it gives credit to the Shoreline, my past video, and also to the first video about those books with that beheaded Lancelot and the Duke and the money pit and etc. The third meaning implied, if this is true, is that the money pit construction and the vault construction dates from before 1315. Or everybody's tripping, and those guys started a huge hoax in 1315 that was carried out through the years in coded documents with people like Bill Jackson chasing their whole life the world for the pieces of the puzzles. And this is a pretty good hoax, but I let you judge. You take care. I love your comments. Welcome to this journey with me. You understand that I'm discovering by the day. And definitely now I'm looking for, in the pictures, please help me, I'm looking for representation or meaning or symbolism of the money pit and the 40 feet you have to dig on the side. The hump is there. I think they did not represent the vault itself moving up and down in the tank, because maybe that's the Grail and it's the whole story about the Grail. And I'll be looking for more. Take care. Tons of love. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.